What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Just got back from WWE World, the official kickoff for WrestleMania 40 weekend. Philadelphia, what an experience, man. The traffic, it's so different than New York City traffic. You just can't explain it. You go to NYC, you go to Philly, just so different. Everything about it. And then the line at WWE World just to get prepaid tickets. Just to get these wristbands. Guys, we were in line for about an hour. If you're going to WrestleMania this weekend and you're going to WWE World and you already pre-purchased tickets, just know you're going to want to get there very early because we were in line for a full hour just to get this wristband. No joke. There was only like 4 booths and thousands of people trying to get to those to those 4 booths. So it was wild, man. The traffic, the wait at WWE's ticket booths, all of that. Just something to take under consideration. Again, we could have done a lot better too, no question. But it is what it is. Once you get in the doors, you forget about that anyway because it's such a cool experience. There is just so much going on. WWE does a phenomenal job with all the exhibits, the booths, the autograph sessions, There's just so much eye candy. Everywhere you look, there's something cool. If you're a pro wrestling fan, more specifically WWE, man, it is a time. I honestly, I would tell anybody if they say, BC, is this something that I should do? Spend the money on? I absolutely say, without question. I've been to several of these and they just get better and better. So until this upload, this is one of I've never seen anything like this, guys. What happened tonight, I've never seen anything like this. Literally. It is negligence on behalf of WWE and The Rock. There's no excuse for what happened, and we'll go over it. But like I said, just got back from WWE World a couple of hours ago. I put up an upload for you guys, the Superstore. I thought it'd be really cool. It just opened up earlier today. The Superstore is so much fun. All of this merchandise that you've never seen before. A lot of it anyway. So I thought it'd be pretty cool to dish that out to you guys. And then there's going to be some B-roll on the merchandise on the Superstore. I'm putting up an upload for all of WWE World within the next 24 hours. So stay locked on the channel. I'm going to have a full WWE World experience. So I filmed a lot of good stuff today. And some of that will be the Superstore, some things that I really wanted to spend some time on. But after that, after I did all the recording for the B-roll, I did one full loop around the whole Superstore, and that's what you guys saw just a couple of hours ago. And I'm talking, I got copyrighted, man. WWE hit me. They hit me with so many copyrights, it matches how many coffees BC has in a day. Undertaker's song. Ricochet. I didn't even hear Ricochet's music playing. I got a copyright on that. Who else? Was it AJ? I think Shinsuke. There was a bunch. I just got so many copyrights on that. But it's up on the channel for you guys, man. As much as I pissed WWE off, it's up there for you guys. Hopefully you enjoy it. And like I said, over the next 24 hours, we're going to have the full WWE World experience, man. I filmed a lot of good stuff. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. But then what happened before we left, and this should not have been the last thing we did. I had until roughly 5:30. The Rock was scheduled for 4 to 4:30. 4 to 4:30. So I said, all right, He's only going to go 4 to 4:30 because at 4:30 they had some type of 2K, maybe like a game. So there was a big panel, like Miz was going to be on it, maybe Kofi, Cody, I don't know. Like there was a bunch of wrestlers. You guys will see. I'll put up a pic or maybe even some video of the actual itinerary that was on the big screen. And it shows you that at 4:30, the next panel was going to be up on the main stage. So this was not going to go more than 4:30. Even if The Rock's a little bit late or they go overtime, I would still have enough time to check out a couple more booths. The Attitude Era section, for instance, they had a whole section for the Attitude Era. Pretty cool. So So no matter what, I was going to get out of there by 5:30 the latest. And I had to because I had to pick up the dogs, right? That's very important. Right back to NYC, pick up the dogs. And that closes at 7, but I can get about a half an hour leeway. So 7:30, 7:45. I mean, I got to be out at 5:30 latest though. No ifs, ands, or buts. But again, there was no reason that I wouldn't be out between 5 and 5:30. Or so I thought. So we go to The Rock. First, what you should know, and this is, I was there, right? You guys are going to hear, if you don't know what we're even talking about, man, The Rock showed up a couple hours late to his own appearance, and he pretty much hijacked WWE World. And I'll tell you exactly what I mean by that. Because that's what happened. And WWE didn't do a damn thing about it to try to ease tensions, to try to ease those that were pissed off, to try to tell fans, hey, if you're about to pass out in the sea of humanity without any water because nobody wants to lose their positioning, nobody knows what's going on. So that's what we're about to discuss. What you should know is that Cody Rhodes was scheduled around 2 o'clock. Again, I'll put up the exact time. It was somewhere around 2 o'clock because I know he was on the stage with Jackie Redmond. So he drew a pretty damn solid crowd. Like when we got over there, there was no seating. You were pretty much standing way in the back. So that was cool. We listened to a little bit of Cody, took off to some exhibits. The Bray Wyatt experience, for instance, you guys will be seeing that. The ECW section they had. Some cool stuff. So we went back at approximately, what was it? Maybe 3:15. Okay, 45 minutes before The Rock, because we knew it was going to be jammed. Sure enough, 45 minutes before The Rock comes out for WWE World for his 4 o'clock appearance. 3:15, packed. No seating available. So we were way in the back. That's cool. As long as we hear the music, see him on the Giantron, I'll record some of it for you guys. It'll be pretty cool. So we stayed the entire 45-minute wait. And during the 45 minutes, you guys know how it is, man. You slowly and methodically work your way closer, right? So by the time 4 o'clock rolled around, we had pretty decent, it was acceptable viewing, right? It was at the mid-range point. And I'll put a clip in right now so you guys can actually see that kind of where we were. And at that point, everybody was still pretty hyped. The clip I put in, it might be like 5 or 10 minutes after 4 o'clock. This might be when people were starting to go, where's The Rock? Like he's late to his own appearance. That's, there's things we got to do things. There's the thing with these events, it's all scheduling, and it's only for a short amount of time. People are paying money for this, for the whole experience. So you kind of want to get that in so you can do everything else. So now you're 5, 10, 15 minutes late. But I'll put in a clip. I'll show you guys where we were. And this is where people started to get a little restless. Like, all right, it's not 4 o'clock, but all right, maybe he's stuck in traffic. WWE champion in history. Okay, so like I said, 4 o'clock hits, no Rock, cool, right? 5, 10, even 15 minutes late, it happens, right? I've lived in the city for so long, NYC, and that just happens. Philly can be the exact same, so I totally get it. 5, 10, it's not a good look, and you're affecting everything else schedule-wise. But whatever, leave it to The Rock to be 15 minutes late. But then it reaches a half an hour late. A half an hour has gone by. There's no Rock, and there's no word from WWE of what's even going on. Nobody's telling anybody. And at this point now, the 3 o'clock crowd has come in. If you guys don't know, it's $60 for the entire day, $30 if you want to come in after 3 o'clock for the rest of the night. So now the 3 o'clock crowd is joined. Now it is jam-packed. It's a sea of humanity. Nobody wants to lose their spot because it's The Rock. Okay, so it's 4:30, and everybody now is really starting to get restless. Maybe I'll put in a clip right here, actually. This is when people start to, they're getting restless, right? They're playing the same video packages. People are like, there's booing. There's bullshit chants. This was just the beginning of the crowd getting restless.
is cooking.
So boring.
So now, half an hour's gone by, no word. 45 minutes, no word, no rock. An hour goes by. This actually happened. You guys can look it up. I mean, it's already made headlines. An hour has gone by. There is not only no rock, he's a 4 o'clock scheduled appearance. There is no rock, but it's the fact that WWE is telling everybody nothing. They've told us nothing. Nobody knows what's like the Rock's. It's going to be about a half an hour. If you guys got to go get water, go take a piss, go pick up a bad habit, go play in traffic, whatever. But come back at this time. It's been rescheduled, something, right? Because again, 15 minutes late, all right, you're not going to say anything. You're not going to ruffle feathers. You're not going to get people moving all around. I get it. Half an hour? Maybe you do want to tell people, man, it's a half an hour. People are getting pissed. An hour? This is unacceptable. You can look at Major League Baseball. I mean, if there's delays, postponements in a baseball game, you have, not only do you have the delay, exactly what it is, but you have people on that intercom for everybody keeping you up to date. If you've ever been to a baseball game, they're keeping you up to date with the weather. They're telling you exactly what Major League Baseball is telling the teams, what the teams are discussing. They keep you up to date. Right? So that's even professional sports. They're not just going to let hours go by and you know nothing. And by the way, after a few hours, they will literally just postpone the game. Move it to another day so you're not sitting around twiddling your thumbs with no knowledge. But WWE, absolutely not. We'll just let hundreds, maybe even thousands of people, we'll just let them wait it out, sit it out. We don't got to tell them what's happening. We don't got to give them a reason. It's like their television shows, right? We'll just do things and we never have to give a reason as to why something is happening. So after an hour, guys, no bullshit, after an hour, there is no rock and no word from WWE as to what is happening. Nobody. There's microphones all around. There's event planners. Nobody's telling us anything. Security's all up there. They're all giggling and they're even looking at their watches. Fans are getting absolutely irate at this point. At this point, fans are at bullshit chants. Bullshit chants. You have Rocky sucks chants when they were actually excited to see Rocky. Now they're just like, now they're turning on this dude real quick. Now, you know, this dude could take 4 or 5 hours. There's going to be a lot of people that are still going to cheer at the top of their lungs when he comes out. And he knows that. And WWE knows that. But there's a lot of us, not only A, were we not going to accept that, but B, we couldn't just stand there for hours. We had things to do, right? Like for BC, I had to go get the dogs over in NYC. Well, that's... I mean, we have lives. We can't just sit there the entire night waiting for one dude. And again, being late is one thing. WWE not telling us anything. Just get on the microphone. Be like, this is what's happening. This is what it's projected, right? It's been moved. So now an hour's gone by, no word, no nothing. After an hour and 15 minutes, somebody finally gets on the microphone. We don't know who. It sounds like an intern, like a dude they just hired 9 to 5 to run some of the booths, right? And this dude's just like, hey guys. He's like trying to see if the mic's on. Guys, WWE Universe, what's going on? He's like, shortly, the next WWE showing will be happening. And you don't want to leave your seats because you're not going to want to miss this. That's all he said. He said, hey, WWE World, WWE Universe, whatever. He says, shortly, there's going to be a show happening and you're not going to want to miss this. Don't leave your seats. That's all we heard. What is it? What do you mean shortly? It was supposed to be an hour and 15 minutes ago. And what do you mean don't leave our seats? People are eventually going to have to get water. People are going to have to piss. What do you mean don't leave your seats? You ain't going to want to miss this. There's nothing to miss. This isn't just 5, 10, 15 minutes late. This is an hour and 15 minutes. So now BC's thinking I'm going to totally miss it because I have to leave in 15 minutes at that point, right? It's going to be a full hour and a half. That's 5:30. That's my cutoff. As it is, I'm going to be late picking up the dogs, but luckily I have a good rapport, good relationship. I can, now they have to stay late just because I'm going to be late, and it's a ripple effect. And I know it ain't just BC. Other people have plans, things to do, people or pets that need to be picked up maybe even, right? But other plans. So you started to see, this is what was sad. During the whole first hour and a half, you're seeing families actually argue. That was so sad, man. I'm seeing families like argue because, some of them want to just wait it out. The others are like, dude, we're missing everything. Because they were missing everything. And then the kids, you'll see kids in the middle and they were just like, this is supposed to be a fun experience and mom and dad are fighting. It was so sad. I saw like several families just in a dilemma because it was that long, guys. An hour and a half at this point. An hour and a half. No Rock. And no word from WWE. 15 minutes earlier, they said, shortly, we'll have a show. And you don't want to miss it. That was it. And after an hour and a half, you got families fighting. Now, at this point, you're starting to hear chirping all over, right? Like, what the fuck? We're going to be, you know what I mean? Just left and right. This person over there, the people are throwing their arms up and people are leaving. Literally, I can't tell you how many people left, and they had better seats than us. They were actually seated, and they were just like... It didn't matter if you were seated anyway, because every time we thought The Rock was coming, everybody would stand up. So even if you did have a seat, it wouldn't matter. You had to stand up. But if you wanted to see anything. So everybody, if you weren't yelling something, pissed off, you were leaving. Literally. And for BC, I had no choice. I'm stubborn. I would have waited it out. Not that I need to see The Rock, but at that point, I wasn't going to let them motherfuckers beat me. I was going to hold out. I'll spend the rest of the night if I could, but I had things to do. So after an hour and a half, I had to take off. And before I took off, I did. I started screaming toward the stage. No question. I flipped out a little bit. Yeah, one of those, when I start screaming, everybody kind of just stops what they're doing. I don't know. I get amplified. So I started screaming toward the stage, and everybody, it seemed like you could hear a pin drop. And everybody starts looking back to BC, and I was flipping out. I'm yelling at the security, like, come on, tell us something. What the fuck? You guys have the earpieces. Let us know what's happening. That's all I'm asking for. Just fill us in, man. People are, I was feeling like I was going to pass out. I didn't have water. It was hot with everybody all huddled together. It's like, just tell us something, bro. You know what I mean? You advertised the dude at $4. Those weren't special tickets, guys. It's not like, prissy people just paid $100 and they all got screwed. Haha. This was just open for everybody. If you bought a ticket to WWE World, they advertised The Rock to speak. So we all said, all right, 4 o'clock, we can do X, Y, and Z afterwards. We'll be there for 4, right? We all held up our end of the bargain. WWE never did. The Rock never did. So that's why I started screaming. Like, what are you doing? It's like somebody has to, this is unacceptable, man. You're all goofing around. You're just like this is normal. I've never, decades on this planet, I have never had an organization or an event be this negligent with how it was ran. In WWE World is always something very fun, right? Access is what it used to be called. And this event, even though getting in has to be changed, it is absolutely, that's unacceptable too. They have to work out kinks. All right, let's put it that way. They do have to work out kinks, but man, everything else is just so beautiful. It's such a good event. And after an hour and a half, and nobody, he wasn't even showing up after that. I had to take off. But if you turn around, there's photos of this. It's over on social. I kept looking back. Right behind me was a cameraman. All the way to the far right was a cameraman. And then behind us was 5 cameramen, right? There was a lot of cameras. This is going to be all over, probably WWE. Who knows? But there was a lot of cameras. They were all falling asleep. They were an hour and a half after The Rock was advertised and he still hasn't shown up. The cameramen are asleep. That's how you know he's nowhere near. He's nowhere near about to take the stage. So that's when I said, all right, that's it. I got to go pick up the dogs, man. This dude's nowhere near coming onto that stage. So it took off, and that's when it was sad, by the way. I'll go back to that, why this was really sad when I was taken off. But for the record, it wasn't until nearly 2 full hours The Rock finally showed up onto that stage. WWE never, by the way, ever uttered another word, even when I left. I think Cole came out, introduced The Rock, something like that. But there was word I was following as we were taking off. I was following the whole time, like if The Rock is even showing up. And there was word that he got to the parking lot and he was just chilling in the parking lot. He was just taking his time, shaking some hands, pointing, laughing, didn't even care that people have been waiting for 2 hours. You'd think you'd be a little bit more rushed, have a little bit more respect. And you know, they'll try to tell you he could play the heel character on this, right? Well, obviously, I mean, it goes into his heel character. No, guys, people were nearly passing out. You have no idea. Families were fucking like arguing. People were passing out. No water, no nothing. Afraid to leave their spots. And again, WWE not telling anybody anything. That's the problem, right? If The Rock wants to fucking just be The Rock and just think that he's above all else, which, by the way, I always defend that dude because I'm like, listen, you reach a certain status, you can do those things. That's where I draw the line. This was beyond unacceptable. I've never seen anything like that. And I've gone to so many events, sporting, entertainment, and the like. And I've never seen this type of negligence, man, where somebody just didn't show up for 2 full hours and the event organizers told people nothing. I've never seen that happen. And he shows up to the parking lot and he's just chilling. This is what I was following along as I was headed back to NYC. He was just chilling, taking his time. And then finally he shows up. I'm hearing that it was only about 15 minutes. And he just screwed with everybody. Oh, you're going to boo The Rock because he's late? Do you know why The Rock was late? Because I was watching YouTube and Jalen Hurts losing the Super Bowl. That's what he said. So trying to have some fun with it, right? And those that stuck around, you know, you stuck around to see The Rock. So, you know, he still had those people that were just, you know, in awe because it's The Rock. But I'm telling you right now, a lot of people were still really pissed off. And then the fact that he only sticks around for about 15 minutes. Could you imagine the people that were waiting there an hour plus? I was 45. And then you wait 2 more hours because he's late and he talks for 15 minutes. That's real. And I mentioned the sad part, right? This is what was sad because as I was leaving, I realized something. The Rock completely hijacked WWE World. Hijacked it. Guys, it was so sad. All the booths were empty, right? These people were like trying to get people into their booths so they can like show you their exhibits. They were all at WWE World held hostage for 2 hours because WWE was telling them nothing. That's the thing, right? If you just told us it's going to be an hour, we'll say peace deuces. We'll go watch something else. We'll be a part of something else. We'll go to the Superstore. They told us nothing. They made it seem like it was any moment. So every other booth was completely empty. We crossed the Michael K show. It's with Don LaGreca and Peter Rosenberg. And not the other LaGreca for the Busted Open. That's his brother, Michael K. And Peter Rosenberg, who does work for WWE. They did their show from WWE World. And guys, it was so sad. There was like 6 people in front of them. There was all these rows of chairs and about 6 people. All right, maybe 9 people. Maybe. I'm being generous. I'm going to go back to 6. They were there, but no. I would have been there for a half an hour, a full hour. I love the Michael K show. I would have been absolutely showing my support. I didn't even know because they held us hostage there for 2 hours. Nobody, basically 6 people watching, listening to the Michael K show in front of them. That was sad. That was rough, man. Autographed. There was wrestlers with nobody in front of them. Nobody. The Rock held them all hostage. I defend the dude all the time, right? We know he's got the ego, But when you reach a certain status, you're going to have an ego and you're going to be treated special. And I do believe that he is really best for business in WWE because he's made it fun again. So I stand on those same grounds, but this is just a little bit of an eye-opener as to why the Vin Diesels and a lot of people in Hollywood got pissed at him, because he would always hold up production, right? That's what Vin Diesel said. He would hold up production. He would play the role of the diva, and until you see it, until you're a part of it, because I was very much a part of it in the middle of the sea of humanity, and this dude is taking his sweet ass time, and WWE telling us nothing. Until you're a part of it, takes on a new animal, right? It's a new beast. It's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. What happened tonight is unacceptable, guys. That can never happen again. And it was a ripple effect. It held the entire event hostage because I got to leave a half an hour before he did show up, which was 2 hours late. I left after an hour and a half. I got to see WWE World completely emptied out, basically. Shows you the power of The Rock. And it shows you that with that power, be very careful how you use it. You can use it for good or bad. Tonight, he definitely only thought about himself. And no matter what the real excuse is, right? It could be a family emergency. They could have ran over a dog and he personally picked it up and ran to the nearest animal shelter, right? It could be something heroic. The fact that WWE never kept us up to date. Just keep us posted, like what's going on. You have 20 minutes. You have you have 2 full hours if you want to get water, take a piss, and go pick up a bad hobby in the parking lot. Nothing. And they just played the same vids on a loop. Security, everybody's in their earpieces laughing. Dude, I played the clip earlier, possibly. Possibly I already put that in, but I'll show you again, maybe. But there was a dude that just kept on switching the water bottles out. That's how long The Rock was taking. This one dude would come out 3 or 4 times switching the bottles of water because that's how warm they were getting. In case you were wondering how hot it got in there. The bottles of water were being switched 4 times because The Rock just wasn't showing up. So they had to keep replacing the water. Meanwhile, nobody else has any fucking water. Nobody else has a clue what's going on. We were told 4 o'clock, The Rock. 6 o'clock, he strolls in for 15 minutes. And he makes some jokes, right? Hey, it's, I was watching YouTube and Jalen Hurst from the Eagles lose the Super Bowl. Yeah, you're going to boo The Rock because he's late? You know what I mean? It's like, what? Bro, what the fuck happened, man? Are we really just going to play this up like a joke? So WWE, the WWE World was absolutely hijacked. That was sad to see walking out. And I didn't even get to see the person. I'll just give you my experience. Because of that, I didn't get to see the Attitude Era exhibit, which I was really looking forward to. And I didn't get to see the Michael K show. I really wanted to support them at least for like a half an hour. And then I was going to swing back through the Superstore real quick and pick up a couple of items. Didn't get to do any of that. So I could just imagine everybody else that stayed the full 2 hours extra. By the time they got out, we were looking at they got about an hour and a half before the event closed. Something like that. Or whatever their ticket was. So that's what I got for you guys, man. I'll be back at WrestleMania Night 2. Night 1, I will be live with you guys with a live review. So right here on the channel, we'll watch WrestleMania Night 1 together live. A live The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly. And then Night 2, I'm going to be actually in Philadelphia watching this event with some special VIPs. It'll be a good night. And then probably the next morning, I will have that review for you guys. So maybe at some point, I don't know if I'm going to go back to WWE World. I would like to see the things that I did miss, but I don't know if I can stand in that line. I mean, it's an hour just to get in, just to get your wristband, man. An hour. An hour to get this damn thing. And we had prepaid. That was the whole point of prepaying, right? Just let us go to a quick will call, get the tickets, and we're in. I mean, you're treated like you waited last second and you're getting straggler tickets because everybody has to be in the same line. I don't get. There's a lot of things that need to be worked out, but what happened with The Rock, that is That is a level of unacceptable that can never happen again. Any sport, any genre, any entertainment aspect, any meet and greet, any type of event, that is the blueprint for what you do not do. That is negligence, that is recklessness, that is irresponsible. It's pathetic. And it affected the entire event. I saw it personally, man. I saw it with my own eyes. That was sad. So anyway, guys, that's the real story. We went a little bit long on it, but I'm going to give you the details on it because I just got back from the event, so it's fresh in my dome piece. But that's the real story. You guys are going to hear stories about it, and he played it up. He was a heel, and he joked about it. Oh, he did. But if you want to get the real sense of a lot of the people, nobody was joking about it, man, because WWE was telling us nothing, and it was getting hot, and people were getting irritated. So, I don't know, man. The Rock has some things to think about, dude. Like, you can't do that to people. You can't do that to people. You can't. Because then you turn around and look at the TV product. People like BC can only defend you for so long when you come in and you get a main event spot. And I say, well, that is the bigger match. Or he has every right to do that. Or that's better business. But when you start acting like that, man, I can't even defend you anymore, bro. So when you lose people like BC, I don't know, you're going to turn around one day and not have anybody. Nobody's going to be freaking coming to bat for you. It's cool. It's cool. You get to be the dude on the way up and treat people like shit, but careful, because if you're ever on the way down, you'll have to see those same people and they're not going to be too pleased. That's the real deal, the real story on what happened with The Rock hijacking WWE World and WWE completely pissing off hundreds, even thousands of people at WWE World. That said, I filmed some cool stuff. I hope you guys enjoy it. It'll be up within the next 24 hours. My tour through WWE World. I'll even have some more Superstore stuff. And maybe I'll film some stuff when I'm at WWE WrestleMania night too. Until next time, and there will be that next time. Why do I have two pens? I have no idea. Until next time, there will be that next time. Guys, where I'll BC saying check you. Peace.